Your Excellency Jessica Alupo Epelu, Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency Dr. Monique, the Vice Chairperson of African Union Commission, Your Excellency Dr. Ahmed Salem Mazog, Foreign Affairs Minister and Minister of Cooperation of Mauritanians Abroad of the Islamic Republic of Mauritania, Your Excellency Frank Tumwebaze, Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Republic of Uganda, and Chair of the AU Specialized Technical Committee on Agriculture, Rural Development and Environment, Your Excellency Kasa Zemene, representing the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Ethiopia, distinguished Excellencies, Ministers of Agriculture and Foreign Affairs in the room, members of Diplomatic Corps, development partners, and all distinguished delegates, good afternoon. I would like to take this singular honor and opportunity to welcome you warmly to the Republic of Uganda, and also join my colleague for thanking Her Excellency Jessica Alupo, Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, for allowing to spare her time to come and grace this occasion where Ministers of Foreign Affairs and those of Agriculture are meeting over Caadp. Your Excellency, thank you very much. Distinguished delegates, this meeting affords us the platform to contemplate on the last 10 years of the post-Malabo Caadp agenda with a view to reflecting on the extent to which its objectives have been achieved. The assessment over the past 10 years has been sobering. Many of us have fallen short of the ambition of investing at least 10% of our national budgets to agriculture and rural development. The draft strategy and action plan for the period 2035, therefore, gives us the opportunity to reimagine in an ambitious manner the next 10 years in such a way as to avoid the pitfalls of the past and create the opportunities for the Africa we want. It will be necessary to employ determined efforts to ensure the implementation of the Kampala outcomes. Excellencies, 70% of African population is engaged in agriculture for subsistence and livelihood purposes. 65% of all uncultivatable land, arable land, left in the world lies in Africa. But yet, Africa is still a net importer of food and suffers high food insecurity. In 2021, African countries spent almost United States dollars 68 billion on importing agricultural products. The food and agribusiness sector is projected to grow from United States dollars 330 billion to 1 trillion United States dollars by 2030. We therefore need to engage in production at scale, not only to address issues of food security, but also to leverage on the Africa Continental Free Trade Area in promoting intra-Africa trade. In our view, agriculture holds the key to accelerated, sustainable, and inclusive growth and development. Evidence suggests that in Africa, for every 10% increase in crop yields, it generates an estimated 7% reduction in poverty, higher than Asia's 5% rate. Neither the manufacturing nor service sectors can produce such an equivalent impact. According to African Development Bank, there is no region in the world that has ever industrialized without agricultural sector being transformed first. However, one of the main challenges of Africa's structural transformation is the continued export of unprocessed products. Your Excellencies, I wish to recall that Africa accounts for approximately 75% of the world's cocoa production, with 65% of this being produced in Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana. But the continent is a price taker. It's estimated that by 2025, the global chocolate market will be valued at approximately United States dollar 86 billion, up from United States dollar 139 billion in 2019. Out of this, however, Africa only receives less than 8% of the global annual chocolate revenues. Currently, the global value of coffee business is about United States dollar 460 billion. Out of this, all coffee producing countries in the world only take United States dollar 25 billion. Africa's share is only United States dollar 2.4 billion, with Uganda taking 1.14 billion United States dollar in 2024. Germany, on the other hand, on account of value addition, earns United States dollar 6.85 billion from coffee, more than all the African coffee producing countries. This pattern is the same for other commodities in which Africa is a major producer. The UNECA predicts that by transforming Africa's mineral export volume by just 5% before export, it creates 5 million jobs a year. Your Excellencies, this therefore means that Africa's structural transformation must be driven by manufacturing sector that will add value to her primary products before exporting them to international markets. This industrial drive ought to lay special emphasis on agro-processed products and value addition to minerals. In so doing, we will be able not only to create the necessary jobs on the continent, but many of our young men and women, which many of our young men and women are looking for across the seas, but we would also be able to create more value for our products, to be able to power and structurally transform our economies. This will reorient our people away from the politics of identity to politics of interest, thereby addressing one of the root causes of structural drivers of conflicts on the continent. This is the intersection between peace, security, stability, and development. Your Excellencies, in closing, we wish to propose the following for reflection. Number one, there is a need for significant investment in raising agricultural productivity, provision of agricultural finance, and incentives for the private sector to establish food processing and agro-allied industries in rural areas. Number two, there is a need to promote the development of rural and market infrastructure, including appropriate structures to reduce post-harvest losses. Sub-Saharan Africa loses up to United States dollar 48 billion annually from food that is wasted post-harvest because of poor roads, inadequate storage, poor access to markets, etc. Number three, there is need to improve weather information and its dissemination and intensify environmental control measures to hold a decline in soil fertility. And finally, there is a need to strengthen the cooperatives in order to build the capacity of farmers in management, entrepreneurship, group dynamics. This will enable them to engage in value chain activities, especially collective marketing. Asante sana. Mwebale nnyo. Thank you for listening to me.